What's up, everyone? Today we're playing Call of Duty Ghosts in 2025. 12 years ago this game came out, which is insane, because I was like, it was my first year of high school when this was released, and now like years past college at this point. Almost like close to 30. I hate to say that, but it's true. So many time has passed. So much time. And this game actually still has some life left in it. There are still players in 2025. It's going to vary depending on which platform you have. So here's the thing. Call of Duty Ghosts had the most releases on the most amount of platforms out of any Call of Duty game. You got the Xbox 360 version, the Xbox One version, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PC, and Wii U. So that's 6 different consoles or platforms, because PC is not a console, but you know what I mean. 6 different versions of this game. So depending on which version you have, it's going to vary on how easy or difficult it's going to be to actually get into games and start playing the multiplayer. So out of all the versions of this game, I'm going to rank it from best to worst in 2025. So starting off with best, we have PlayStation 4, then Xbox One, then Xbox 360, then PlayStation 3, PC, and Wii U. Wii U is dead last, not only because even before the server shut down for the Wii U version, there was no one playing, but the servers are shut down, so you can't even play this game online anymore, even if you wanted to. PC is the second worst, because there are so many hackers and cheaters, so you have to install a third-party client in order to be able to play the game safely, but nobody plays on that. So that's a wash too. Then with PS3 and 360, it's kind of the same, where it's last gen, and you don't really have as many people playing, but 360 has a lot more players than the PS3 version, because you'd actually play the 360 version via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One and Series X. You even have people who have a more modern Xbox console, but prefer to play the 360 version because they want to keep their rank and play with their friends that they made back in the day on that platform, so it's a point of preference. But you will definitely find more players on Xbox One, and I think there's like double the amount of players on PlayStation 4 compared to Xbox One. So that's pretty much the overall lay of the land in terms of Ghost multiplayer in 2025. There would have been a lot more people. Like, you'd be able to get games easy if you didn't have last gen and current gen, if they were kind of merged together like these days, where you have crossplay between all platforms. But because it was split 6 different ways, that definitely hurt the long-term viability of the player base. That being said, I'm playing on Xbox One, and I'm able to get into games relatively easily, depending on time of day. If I'm just playing randomly, like on a Tuesday at, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning, then I'm not going to be able to find a match. It's just not going to happen. But on evenings, especially on weekends, you're able to get matches pretty much no problem, like every single weekend consistently. So, for example, this map is a DLC map. So if you played Ghost back in the day and you're watching this video, you may be like, wait, what the hell is this map? I have never played this before. I don't remember it. Well, that's because it was released as part of the DLC, which it sucks because, honestly, I think the base game is horrible. Like, the maps in the base game are horrendous, but the DLC is, like, some of the best maps I've played in any Call of Duty game. Like, they're all amazing. I wish we actually had that in the regular game. I think people's perception of Ghosts would be so much different. So, yeah, Ghosts, not as bad as people say it was. Like, there's a lot of hate towards this game. It wasn't as bad as everyone made it out to be, but it's also not a great standout experience like, let's say, Black Ops 2 is, or Black Ops 1, or Modern Warfare 2. You know, it's just not. Like, you can't really compare it. You can't put it on the same level as those classic Golden Age Call of Duty games, like from Call of Duty 4 to Black Ops 2. Ghost just is way below all of those games. But the DLC is just like, it's close. When you add the DLC to it, it's honestly close to being on the same level, because each map has its own unique charm and personality, and it actually, Ghost has this thing that's unique, where each map, at least in the DLC, there's some in the original game too, like the, Strike Zone has the Chem Strike, but this map actually fires cannons out of the ship. And then you have Favela, gives you an AC-130. You could even play as Michael Myers with the axe in, I think the map was called Fog. It was another DLC map. So the field orders were an awesome thing that was unique to Call of Duty Ghosts that we didn't get in any other game in Call of Duty since then or before. And also the creative class system, the perk customization, was also very underrated. And I think the best class customization that we've also ever had in any Call of Duty game. So there were some really good things that this game did right, but there was also a hell of a lot of things that they did wrong. Like, why did you have to change the UAV? Why did you have to change the design philosophy around the maps? And it's not even like they changed it in a good way. The maps were so fucking huge in the base game, like the vast majority of the maps, where you're running around, and even if you have a full lobby going, most of the time, the game ends on a timer, and you're spending more time running around trying to find someone than actually getting into the action. So that, yeah, there are a lot of not so good things that Ghost did. All in all, though, I would say it was like maybe a high C, low B tier Call of Duty experience. And it's really a B tier if you have the DLC. If you don't, then honestly, I don't think this game is worth playing. I really don't. Because Strike Zone and maybe Freight are like the only worthwhile maps out of all the base game maps. There was like, what, like 11 or 12 of them? There were only like 2 of them that I would consider half decent. So keep that in mind if you're a new player. You're going to have to pony up the extra money for the map packs if you want to actually get any enjoyment out of this game and feel like, wow, this is actually like a lot of fun. So bear that in mind, because I swear I hated this game when it first came out, and then like maybe a year or 2 later, when I just on a whim decided to buy the season pass and get all the map packs, my like complete perception of this game changed dramatically, where I'm like, this is like actually really good. But it's all in all still a pretty good Call of Duty experience in 2025. You're able to get into matches. I don't really encounter any cheaters, and the graphics especially still holds up quite well. I still find myself being, wow, this game is still beautiful. I mean, at least on the Xbox One PS4 version. On PS3 and 360, you're not going to feel that. But let me know if you guys still play this game in 2025, and how would you rank Ghost among all the different Call of Duty games?